Okay, introduction to programming. Today, what is computer programming? What is machine language, assembly language, and high-level languages? Compiler and its functions, the program planning process, application of programming, and how to become a programmer. What is programming? Programming is to instruct the computer on what it has to do in a language that the computer understands. Programming must be done in a programming language, most preferably it should be the binary language as the computer works on 0 and 1, which is called machine or sometimes called object language or object code. What is programming? Programming is referred to the process of writing instructions or code that a computer can understand and execute to perform a specific task or solve a problem. Programming involves using a programming language to create the set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. Introduction to programming. These instructions or code can range from simple commands to complex algorithms and logic that can perform complex calculation, process data, manipulate files, and interact with various hardware devices. So, what is machine code? An example machine code should be made up of 0 and 1. Add two numbers, it can be added. Subtract two numbers, it can be subtracted as well. Multiply two numbers, it can be multiplied as well. It clearly is not memorizable and understandable by human beings, so we need an alternative for this. Machine language or assembly language is an alternative the binary sequence of numbers we represent by simple English keywords like in the first example, which is the combination of 0 and 1, it's called add. The second one is called sub, and the third one is mul, like multiplication. This is relatively easier as compared to the machine language. However, modern applications need much higher levels of abstraction. The need for high level language. Sub Add, sub, and multiply, etc. are usually limited to a specific maximum number of bits. We need generic code schemes where we can concentrate on the logic instead of memory constraints. Add might be sum or add is other machines. In other machines, we need a machine and platform independent solution so a single language could suffice for all machines. High level language came into being solving various glitches or issues that machine and assembly languages had. Example of high level languages are C++, Java, Visual Basics, Visual C Hash, etc. However, high level languages are not understandable by a machine, so we need an interpreter, also called as a compiler. So what is compiler? A compiler is a piece of software that translates high-level language into a machine or binary code. Every language has a specific style or way called its syntax. Syntax, just like there is grammar in human languages. Compiler also checks for any syntax error in our code. The process of compiling. Programmer writes high-level code which is then compiler check for the code validity and then translate it to machine code. Example of compilers are MVS यानी Microsoft Visual Studio, Borland C++, Bloodshed Dev C++. What happens after compiling? Once the object code or machine code is generated, another process called linking is done, which means to link any pre-available libraries with our code. A library is a collection of modules or functions made by other programmers for a later reuse. Different languages have different ways of expressing libraries. Like in C++, they are represented by .lib extension. What happens after linking? After linking, loading is done. Then the program after linking is put into a main memory, that is RAM. Execution is the next step. The RAM acts like a conveyor belt for the processor which actually executes the code. Building the program logic. Before writing a program, we need to plan the flow of the program. Pseudocode and flowcharts are the two general tools that helps in planning for a program. Pseudocode and flowcharts. As the name suggests, pseudocode generally does not actually obey the syntax rules of any particular language. There is no systematic standard form. Usually, natural language sentences could be used in the pseudocode to explain the mechanism. So, it's the informal language used to develop algorithms similar to in natural language. It's not actually executed on computers. It allows us to think out a program before writing the code. It's easy to convert into a program. Flowcharts. Flowcharts are graphical representation usually considered more understandable, drawn using certain special purpose symbols as described in the next slide. So, the oval symbol or the small circle, it indicates beginning and or end of the program or a section of code. Arrows are called flow lines. It indicates the flow of the program. Rectangle symbol, it's the action symbol. It indicates any type of action done. The diamond symbol indicates the decision. So, what are the application of programming? Programming is used in a wide range of applications, for building software applications and website to developing games and designing artificial intelligence systems. There are many different programming languages, each with its own syntax set features that are used to create these applications. How to become a programmer? To become a programmer, one typically needs to learn one or more programming languages, understand the basic of computer science and programming concepts, and have a strong problem solving skills. Thank you.